Hello everyone, my name is Jinx, but of course you already know that. And if you don't know that, then that means you're new to the channel. Welcome, my name is Jinx. Now, it's been a while since I've done a Speke Speaks, and if you're new around here, basically it's like a thing that I try to do monthly, but I haven't done in a little while. It used to be, weekly, every so often, and now it's just become further and further away, but I never want to lose this series on my channel. I always want to keep it up, since it was one of the first series I really fell in love with, and one of the first series I ever did, period, on my channel. And I never did one for January, and I said I wanted to do one monthly. It's coming towards the end of February now, so it's been almost 2 months since I've done one, and now I think it's a good time to do it. There's enough stuff I feel like to talk about to get a decent episode out to you. So if you're new around here, yeah, that's all it is. And even if you're not new around here and you know how this works, basically there's going to be a few changes anyway. So as you can tell already, the first thing is, well, obviously if you remember my last video, it was the first Speke Speaks episode without a game. So if you're new around here, basically Speke Speaks, I used to be playing a game, and I used to either talk while playing, or I used to do it after, over the top as something in the background. But then in Christmas edition, if you go back and watch it, it's just me talking to the camera for a good half an hour. And I wanted to change it again. I was happy with it, but as you can tell now, there is no game, and there also is no me on the screen. Now, the reasoning for that is because I want this series to feel almost more like a podcast, and hopefully soon I can get some sort of actual proper podcast. Obviously this is just where I talk to myself, but almost to give me sort of podcast skills. This is why I've turned it like this, so there's just something calm on screen, as you can see. Now, there's no sort of really nothing to sort of watch. You can sort of just leave it on and listen to it in the background. It's not going to be completely full podcast. It's not going to be exactly like one, but yeah, I sort of wanted to just try it out. And that's the reasoning behind no face cam or no gameplay in the background. So yeah, hopefully you like the change. I'm definitely a fan. I think it can work, and like I said, hopefully I can get some sort of podcast soon and different stuff like that. I know I've got a friend called Ratchet, Ratchet 2000, check him out if you haven't already. He purely does Rocket League content, but I know he was talking about it. So whether I do a podcast with him, maybe on his channel or a joint channel, or maybe we play Rocket League, we record Rocket League and we just then talk. I don't know how up he was for it anyway. But I'm hoping something like that in the future can happen. There is somebody else I know, sort of close, who has recently done started a YouTube channel, and hopefully if good old Jinx over here actually tries making moves, then this person already has like 100 subs or whatever. Not that that means anything to me really at all. They've done one video and they got over 100 subs, and I know them sort of personally, so you never know. I could be doing something with another channel like that in the future. Maybe it's just sort of a one-off video, I don't know, not sure. But yeah, so that's sort of where we are at the minute with this series, and I do really want to try and keep this regular as possible for now. And it's bound to change again. I'm bound to come out with more updates and changes to this series, and if not other new series, and just the channel in general. Also, as you can tell as well, I've got this is like a different mic I'm doing this with. Um, it's different from all like my gaming videos and all my streams and stuff like that. It's a different mic. I think it makes my voice sound clearer. It still doesn't block off any sound yet, though. I am waiting for like some that block out the outside, you know, like the surrounding sound, which I do have a mic for that. I just have like an actual professional one with a stand and everything. I just need to set that up and get that going. But a massive reason behind like that, the background noise that you can hear, like even now, for example, is because in my room that I record all my videos in, I literally have a massive fish tank like right next to me. And obviously that's got like filters and pumps attached to it for like the fish, and it just makes a noise with the water. And that's where it comes from basically. So yeah, that's the only reason. So I'm hoping, as morbid and as horrible as it sounds, once my fish have, you know, moved on or died or whatever, I'm not going to be having it anymore, and I'll probably be getting rid of it, because I think it's going to help a lot just for my YouTube and everything, because it has sort of been holding me back, that noise. And even just when I talk to my friends and everything, you know, it's sort of, everyone notices it and hears it all the time. So yeah, but yeah, going back to the changes, there's bound to be changes with everything on the channel coming up this year. You know, I am just going through like a rough sort of like teething process of this year, let's put it that way. And it's mad to think we're already 2 months through 2019. It's been such a slow start on my behalf, and I do apologise for that, but I promise when things kick off and get going, I promise it's going to be a good year. But like I said, I've just got to wait for that to happen first. So yeah, I am really, I do, what's the word, I do plan and vision to keep this series going. And like I said, who knows what future will bring, who knows what will happen. You know, YouTube's so unpredictable, algorithms and different stuff like that, you never quite know, and what's going to happen. So, you know, a few months time, could have a few hundred subs, it could happen. I don't want to do that in a bragging way. I could blow up and I could get, by the end of the year, 1 mil subs. I very much doubt that, and the percentage is very low. But, you know, anything can happen in YouTube, you know, whether it be for the right contacts or just the right one video, or, you know, or you do the legit route. And really, well, I say legit route, you do the more preferred route from the out, like the preferred route from the people looking from the outside in, of just grinding and, you know, working hard at it, which I know a lot of people do anyway. So you never know, you know, or the end of the year I could just be scraping 100, near to 100 subs. You don't know. So yeah, there's going to be changes. You know, I am really hoping. You know, that the problem is as well, like, I'm quite an antisocial person in real life, and I don't really like anybody I actually really know. So it's like difficult, because like, I don't ever put myself out there. I don't ever really talk to people. Like this channel I was talking about earlier, and they've only ever put one video up, and they've already got over 100 subscribers, and their video's got like almost 200 views. You know, it's because like they put a lot up on Instagram. They not show themselves off, but they post a lot of themselves all the time. They're very out there. They're not afraid. They're always talking like on their stories. You know, they've got like over 5,000 followers on Instagram. You know, and this person has created a YouTube channel for a few weeks now, and told people to go in there and expect a video soon, and you know, all that sort of stuff. Whereas like my Instagram, I've not like promoted my channel at all, just because I don't really like, I don't know, I've got like 900 followers, but like 95% of them are like so inactive. I get like 20 likes on a picture if I ever put one up, and I know it's because I'm inactive, and a large part of it is because like I just, you know, I'm very socially anxious and all this sort of stuff as well. This links back to my previous episodes of Speke Speaks. I think it's episode 4 and 5, or 5 and 6. Go back and watch if you haven't already. They're like my videos on mental health and different stuff like that. So if you're interested in deeper subjects like that, I recommend going and giving them a watch. And that's the reason why I do want to do a podcast, because I could very much just sit and talk about topic with somebody, or very deep topics, for ages. But that's why I need your guys' help. If you want to be in like a podcast or some sort of talking sort of thing with me, and you want, or if you don't and you just want to see more of this sort of content, just suggest something down below. You know, anything. I will pretty much probably talk about anything, you know, and if I don't, you know, it won't get unnoticed. If there's some, for whatever reason I don't pick what, if for whatever reason I don't choose a topic that you might suggest, there will always be a reason, whether it's too controversial, or whether I just don't feel comfortable talking about it, or too personal, or, you know, something along those lines. Then yeah, but I will still acknowledge it. So any comments would mean a lot. You know, I'm really trying to build a sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, like a interacting channel / community. I know that sounds cringy, but that's what I'm trying to go for anyway. Yeah, and which leads nicely into my next bit about needing your guys' help. Basically, with this mic, and, you know, start trying new things and different stuff like that, because obviously I've got this mic that I'm using now. I've got my mic that I do for my gameplay videos. If you need a refresh, go back and just have a quick listen to what that sounds like. And I also have a very, very brand new mic, which obviously you haven't heard yet. Yeah, I think I did some sample clips of what it sounds like, but I think I deleted them because I was running out of space on my PlayStation. So yeah, but damn it, I might have to try and get those back, or see if I've got them. But yes, this new mic as well. So definitely not with my gameplay mic, but either with this one or my new mic, I'm thinking about doing something. And I know it's 50% of people frown upon it, 50, well, probably more, but it's a very sort of like Marmite situation. You either love it or you hate it. And I've spoke to one person about it, a close friend of mine, Flame for Fire, if you know him. I've spoke to him about it because, you know, I sort of tell him a lot about my channel, and he's like my one friend that I talk to most of the time. And I don't want to say wasn't supportive, but, you know, he didn't like the idea of it, but that's only because he doesn't like it in general. Whereas I know there's a lot of people out there that like it, and I'm not one for views and stuff like that, but I know it does really well, and a lot of people out there do really like the topic, and it can do really well. And it always, like I said, it seems to do well with everyone, but it's usually, it's more necessarily as a female thing. That's not sexist or anything, but more females are known to do it than males, especially on YouTube anyway. And what I'm talking about is ASMR. Now, if you don't know what ASMR is, God, I don't know what it stands for, like Auridian Sensory, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, something like that. So it's when you like whisper and make different noises that sort of trigger a sort of a tingling sensation in the brain, basically. So it's like, it could just be whispering, it could be noises with the mouth, it could be like tapping, you know, not like annoying, like really quiet sort of like, and it's just meant to either help you fall asleep or like get rid of stress. If you put it in YouTube and Google, you'll find there's many different controversies with it and different stuff go on. You know, there's very, very extreme ASMR, which does like different role plays and different stuff like that, where people will like be like, oh, I'm like they made it like I'm trying to think of a suitable example, but for example, there was one that was like that I saw the other day. It was like you're like your psychotic babysitter or something, and it's somebody that like is in a bedroom and they like look like a babysitter and they talk to you and they whisper, but like so it's meant to be sort of like relaxing. It's not like a fantasy thing or anything like sexual. It's just meant to be like a you put yourselves just in different scenarios, but you listen to like the words and you sort of like close your eyes and sort of you listen to the whispering, but along with it they'll make different noises and different sort of triggers, which sort of, as you can guess by the word, trigger different responses in like your brain and different stuff like that. So you know, there's really good videos out there of like whispering and sounds and tapping, and if you put up like if you watch videos like 100 triggers in 5 minutes, they're really good videos. They like basically show you like the best parts of ASMR, and you know they show you, as you can guess from the title, they show you like 100 different ways of trying to create this sort of tingling sensation by tapping or scratching on different surfaces or just making different noises somehow, but not too loud. It's meant to be in a sort of quiet whispering tone. You know, then you go a bit more extreme to like videos that just, like I say, role play and whisper, and then you've got even other videos where they make sort of it's a category called mouth sounds, where obviously not only is it whispering, they make like kissing noises on the mouth, and it is, if you get the right video, it can be really calm and relaxing, and it's nice to hear because they make like something to do with, like I said, it's a 50-50 thing. Like it's like Marmite, you listen to it, some people get creeped out and it sends chills like bad, other people really like it. I'm not just talking about the mouth sounds bit, I'm talking about any aspect of ASMR, but some people but yeah, so it's like, and me personally, I really like ASMR. I listen to it all the time. You know, sometimes you get ASMR that isn't even people. So for example, if you listen to like rain on a tent or rain on a car window, that's ASMR, 'cause it's like quiet sort of noises that sort of helps you to fall asleep or de-stress. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person's voice or something that a person is doing. So you know, that's one of my favourite ASMR. I do also watch like people do ASMR, like talking videos and different stuff like that, and that's where I was saying, yeah, we can go to stuff like mouth sounds, which is like kissing and blowing on mics and stuff like that, and eating food even. And there are some people out there who are really hungry for views that do try and turn it a little bit sexual, because there are guys out there that do sort of like it and they get some sort of weird kick from it or whatever. But you know, if you find the right ones, they are really good in my personal opinion. Like I said, even if you find the best ASMR video ever, some of you still ain't gonna like it. You know, not everybody does, and I get that. But you know, with this mic, it's a very sort of, if you watch a lot of videos on ASMR, you'll find like a few, you know, you'll realise a few things. A lot of people always start off with earphones, and then, you know, when you have earphones, you have like a little box on the earphones that where the voice audio is picked up from, and they'll get really close to the mic and they'll whisper in the mic like this, which is what I'm using right now, and I've thought that I could do as a start, because you see people do that and then they get up to other mic, then you get mics that like sit in the middle of them that are like got a round like head, and then like sort of like you whisper around it, and if people with earphones on, it sort of has a nicer feel. And then you have things called 3D IOs, which is literally a massive rectangular microphone, and each side of the microphone is these fake plastic ears. and you whisper, and it like represents the ears of the people that are watching on the other end, and there's different microphones in each ear. So for example, if you was to go to the left ear and whisper, if someone had headphones on, they would hear it in their left ear, like whispering or making noises to them. Or if you was to go far away and behind the ears, they would hear it. If you knocked on one of the ears to the right, they would like almost feel like a thud. You know, that's some of like the highest quality ASMR, which obviously I think they're quite expensive, but like, you know, that could be something that like I work towards. But like I said, it's all down to you and what you think. It would be a bit cringe at first do it, because I know a lot of people, you know, my regular viewers anyway, I don't think it would be the content for them. It's just whether I can reach out to new people by doing it, or if I just keep not getting anywhere from it. So, you know, I've got to try it. I probably will try it once. It's almost a bit of a disclaimer. If loads of you and everyone, you know, that listens and comments says like don't do it or whatever, I'll reconsider. But you know, I do want to try it once, and I'm not going to turn to a full ASMR channel, because obviously I know that like my friends and a lot of family probably won't be their thing, and they may lose interest. But I want to try it, and if it does well, then I will carry on doing it while also still doing my gaming content and sort of my podcasty things like this, you know. So hopefully you can let me know your opinion on it and anything. There's also mobile games I'm thinking about bringing onto the channel. You know, it takes a lot of editing and difficult work when it's a mobile game, because to get my face cam in, it's really awkward, and it's not the best quality. And if I don't do it with a face cam, I don't know if it would be enjoyable, and you know, whether it will be as watch worthy, if that makes sense, without my face cam. Not saying that my face brings so much entertainment and value to the videos, but I think you get where I'm coming from. So yeah, because I don't know how many people at the end of the day, and like I said, it's not always all about views, but I never really set goals, but I do, on every video I do, if I can get it over 10 views, then it's a success for me, really. You know, anything under 10 views I get a little bit disappointed in, especially if I really like it. Anything over 10 views, like, I'm gassed with, because you think about it, it's like over a quarter of my, well, it's a quarter of my subscribers, which ain't a bad turnout. So yeah, let me know what you think about that as well. If maybe games on the phone, on the mobile, you'd like to see, and if not having your face cam would affect or bother you, would it change your opinion on whether you'd want to watch it or not? Because like I said, there's a few games on my phone which I would be interested in doing a video on. But yeah, so I might, unless there is something else to think of, I don't think so. All that's probably left to say is, yeah, in a few months, trust me, I'll be able to say a lot more about why there's been a slow start and why uploads have been much more slower this year. I just need to wait until a certain thing happens, and you know, the ball gets rolling or whatever, and then I can do a whole video, probably in a Speke Speaks, make it like a special of just saying everything that happened and everything that gone on this year to why there's been such a slow start. And because when this thing happens, you know, I'll be able to know then how much effort I can put into YouTube, and I can come out with a new schedule and different stuff like that. So yeah, just bear with it. It'll probably be a few months still, but hopefully you can bear with me, hopefully you can understand. Once again, it's a little bit of a short Speaks. I do apologise, you know, not even to the half an hour mark, but I really wanted to get one out. I wanted to say a few things. There are probably so many things that I'm missing and I'm forgetting, but don't matter, that's irrelevant. Anyway, thank you for watching. I've been Jinx. Everything I've said, if you could please it'd be ever so grateful if you could leave a comment on a few things that I've said. Share the video, please. I am really trying to hit 50 subscribers. Also, that is another thing for when I hit 50. Anybody leave any suggestions on what you want to see for a 50 sub special. I literally have no ideas whatsoever, so any any ideas or thoughts would be much appreciated. So thank you ever so much, thank you ever so much for watching. I've been your host, Jinx, and yeah, peace, bye for now. Remember, leave comments. This has been Speke Speaks.